Welcome back to the Premier League programme. Now with the Euros over, we can review the excitement, the disappointment, the expected, such as England getting knocked out on penalties, and the unexpected, the teams that went far, the teams that dropped out early, and all of it in between, because it has been an incredible tournament. And now we will look back at it, starting with my immediate reaction to the final, which was, well, that's disappointing. But before the final, the excitement was palpable. Nobody expected England to actually reach the final. And when they did, I think there were polar bears in the Arctic that could hear people singing Three Lions. I think there were penguins sliding on the ice in Antarctica that could hear the national anthem ringing out around Wembley. It was an incredible atmosphere to be part of. Even though England lost, I am so glad that I was there to witness that, because it was an incredible experience either way, even if it did end with disappointment. Now let's move on, looking at some of the best players and best moments of the tournament. The best goal has got to be the one where he goes from the halfway line. It was incredible. The best players of the tournament, it's got to be Raheem Sterling with his little granny run that he does. Because, without him, England wouldn't have got that far. It would be going home, as in the players would be going home early, if Raheem Sterling hadn't have been as good as he was. Could be one of Italy's defenders or Donnarumma. I think their two centre-backs are older than time itself. They created the universe. God was like, mate, what should we do in this universe? It's like, I think we should create a country called Italy. A special mention to Christian Eriksen. Obviously, that was tragic. It was unbelievable when it happened, and I just hope so much that he can get better soon. Let's move on to reacting to what I actually predicted. I predicted Belgium and Netherlands in the final, and that was wrong. But I did have fairly good reason for it, and Belgium did sort of screw it up. Netherlands also. I did actually predict Portugal roughly correctly. I said they'd go out at the group stage, and they went out at the round of 16. To be honest, I knew. Actually, I didn't. I just sort of took a random guess. The final thing I want to address is that the behaviour of the England fans was really unacceptable. The way they behaved in the semi-final and after the final. Actually, it's not England fans. It's a couple of England fans letting the side down. It's so silly that loads of people from all over the world wanted Italy to win simply because they didn't like the England fans. That's unacceptable, really. The cheating with the laser pointer, that shouldn't happen. And the fighting outside, why are you taking it out on them? It wasn't their fault. Unless you're literally, attacking the person who invented the concept of footballs and penalty shootouts. You're not doing anything, are you?
England had a great tournament, I think. It's just the final that unfortunately let us down. Those three players, Jadon Sancho, Marcus Rashford and Bukayo Saka, all deserve the best, no matter how bad their penalties were. They're people just like us. Mistakes happen, and for them to step up for those penalties must have made their entire nation proud. All of the racism and hate surrounding them is absolutely abominable, and it just needs to be sorted out. Saka is 19, he's still a teenager, and to step up on the world's biggest stage with the entire nation on his shoulders must have been a terrifying moment for him. But that man had the courage to step up to the penalty, and he made our entire nation proud. No matter what the outcome of the game was, Bukayo will have a great future. So I tip my hat to all of the England players who stepped up for the challenge that day, and us here at Premier League Programme wish all of them the absolute best.
Let's move on to the conclusion of the video. The Euros have been very exciting, and I think it was one of the most exciting tournaments we've seen. Apart from sort of the predictability of the final, the final was the two strongest teams, and the strongest team came out on top. So anyway, thank you for watching. Thanks so much for staying with the channel and watching the Euros. I know you probably wanted to watch the Euros, so I don't know why I'm thanking you for that. But thanks anyway for supporting the channel. Obviously, if you're watching this far, then you're a legend. If you're not, then please watch this far. I know you won't hear this message if you haven't watched this far, but please watch this far. And thank you, Jamie, for the editing. England for getting so far. Well done. And I hope you have a great day.